Hey guys, it's Francis, the traveling nurse, back here again. Of course, sponsored by thehealthcarespot.com, your home for a happy healthcare career. I don't know if I look really super tired. I just got off a 12 plus hour shift myself. What are you guys doing for energy? I know I do a lot of coffee. I've heard the energy drinks aren't spectacular, so feel free to comment below. How do you get through those long shifts? That's what we're going to do today, actually, is talk about like longer contracts, longer shifts, like what are some good strategies to help out with that. I know a lot of people have been saying they've been seeing the 48-hour contracts plus instead of the 36-hour contracts. Ain't for everybody, but if you can swing it, there's some good money to be made there. So if you like all our video series and the stuff we're going through, please like, share, and subscribe. Hit that like button down below. Get the word out there, and like I said, feel free to comment, anywhere down there, like topics that you would like to hear about or anything like that. As time goes by, we're going to cover more and more stuff. We can get into the news, we can get into the TikTok stuff, we can get into, what's most people are seeing this from the Facebook group, stuff on the Facebook group, just any and all of it. Yeah, you let me know. Or if people would like to join me and do some of these videos together, I'm completely down for that as well. But like I said, today I'm going to talk about just my strategies basically on how I get through the longer contracts. I've done some 48-hour contracts. I've done some 5-day-a-week contracts, and I've actually worked a traveling and a local contract at the same time 7 days a week for 3 months, and it was horrible. I don't suggest anyone ever do that. But I did want to say that we're sponsored today by Tannen Claxton, so I'll link his stuff in the contact information in the spot below here for traveling health insurance that goes with you. Me personally, that's what I do. Just so we can change, we can go PRN, we can do whatever. It's not tied to our job, basically, to have our health insurance, so that's really important. So yeah, we got preparation, as in most things, is the key. Another thing I see talked about a lot in the group is the housing. Trying to find housing. A lot of different places you can go for the housing. Do your research. I always suggest people, when you first get to a contract, you don't know the city, you don't know anybody there, stay in a hotel room the first couple weeks and really get a good feel for the area. I think I've already said this before, but go out at night, once the sun goes down, and make sure that area is a decent area, because it can be very different when the sun's up versus when the sun goes down. So you definitely want to do that. And then, Facebook groups, Facebook groups, Craigslist. The holy grail is Airbnb at the moment. They really do a decent job, it seems like, keeping the scammers out, which unfortunately a lot of the other outlets don't do that. Don't send people money. Not unless you've met them in person, you've had a tour of the place. If you're going to be staying somewhere, that's part of the staying there for 2 weeks. You can physically drive over to the place, meet the landlord, whatever. So don't fall into that trap of, I'm sending money to, a state 5-6 states away, and you show up, the person doesn't even own the property or have anything to do with it. We see people get had like that left and right. And if people are messaging you, that's kind of suspect as well. Most landlords aren't sitting there, going through Facebook groups and just messaging people like, oh, hey, come rent my property. There might be some of that out there, but it's a little sketchy. So be prepared for that. But I say packing some snacks really, really helps. Obviously, you want stuff with a little bit of protein, a little bit of carbs in it to get you through your day. Eat something on the way to work, even if you're not a person that eats breakfast per se. If you're in the car, you're on your way to work, a little snack bar or something like that, or you're walking up to the unit, just put something in the tank to help get you through until lunchtime, give you that little bit of boost of energy. I've actually even seen at some hospitals they have little chocolate bars with caffeine in them downstairs at the cafeteria. So definitely helpful. I'm a big fan of caffeine myself. No, it's maybe long term not the best thing for you, but there's a lot of things out there that maybe long term aren't the best things for you, but you got to live your life, and so it's quality of life versus quantity of life. You got 10 years, you're going to be laid up in an ICU on a vent, or 5 years, you get to go and, explore everything with your family and have vacations and go have fun. I think a lot of the people are going to pick the 5 years. So, it's not for everybody. Now, there's obviously a lot of other choices out there for energy. There's ginkgo, there's a bunch of other stuff. So just something, to get you through that lull in the day, if you need something with that. Obviously a healthy lunch. You don't want to pack. Me personally, carbs kill me. So I can't sit there and eat like pasta or something, or I'll be sleeping at the nurse's station when I'm trying to chart. I have to do like salads or chicken or something a little lighter, personally myself, for a lunch. And then even a snack towards the end of the day. Those 12 hours, that's a long time on your body. There's some people that aren't even awake 12 hours a day. And we're doing a shift on the floor, minimum 12 hours. Unless you do them princess shifts, those little 8-hour shifts or 4 hours or whatever they are. But most of us, we're doing the 12 hours, and day after day after day, it's going to wear on you. So just, try to be as organized as possible to where you get home, you get everything ready for the next day. It's all set out. It's all ready to go. There's some good stuff out there pre-packaged wise. The different, like Myers, Walmart, Whole Foods, wherever you're at. Play around with stuff on your day off. Find something that you can quickly get together and use while you're at work. Something that maybe necessarily doesn't have to be refrigerated, or you can actually get cooler bags to take with you. There's a lot of these hospitals that I've seen, that fridge is full. You're bringing stuff in, especially if you're a traveler and you're new on the unit, you might not get your food in the fridge. So if it's something that has to be refrigerated, by the time you get to it, you might not even want it. So the little fridge bags, they have them at Kroger's and they have them everywhere. You can get them pretty cheap at Amazon and stuff like that too. Put your little fresh fruit in, and or vegetables or whatever you're going to do, and try to be healthy with the the fresh fruit and the vegetables. Lord knows they buy us enough pizza, so that's not going to help. It's a ton of carbs, lots of cheese. It's going to weigh you down, unless you're one of those people who have the super high metabolism. Lucky you. But aside from that, organization is the key. Research is the key. What do you need to get through your day? And like I said, meal ideas, comment down below. Like what do you like bringing for lunch? What are some suggestions you would give other nurses that they should bring for their snacks throughout the day and different things like that? Tell you what I had never seen before I worked in a hospital was the little Smucker's little snackers with the peanut butter and jelly together. And once I found those things, those were spectacular. Kind of got burnt out on them when I was working as a nurse's aide, because that's when I first found out about them. But they're good, they're quick, they're easy. You get something in, a little bit of protein, a little bit of sugar. Not the most healthiest thing you can eat, but to get something in there and just get going. Because there's a lot of nurses that just don't take breaks. They don't eat for 12 hours. Some people do the fasting and stuff like that. Hey, if it works for you, go for it by all means. But, just remember, we all have blood sugars that go up, that go down, that type of thing. So I don't know how well that does with that. Especially if you're at work 12-hour, 15-hour days and going all the way through, expending all that energy and not putting anything in the tank. But, yeah, so what are some of your ideas? How do you get through your day? How do you power through, especially when you're running these, 12-hour days, 6 in a row, 7 in a row? What's the longest you've ever worked 12 hours straight? I mean, there's some employees that's done like months straight, which I don't know if I could, 6, 8, 9 months straight through, no days off. That would be insane. But yeah, comment down below. What's the longest streak you've ever had? Was it worth doing in the end? Sometimes you look back at it and then they tax it and you're like, not even worth it for doing all the stuff that I did. But yeah, so meal ideas, energy, that type of stuff. Like I said, I try to stick with the fresh fruits and vegetables if I can. Get a little cooler pack. Get the little freezer things you can put in the freezer. I forget what they're called. They're not ice. They're like little plastic things or whatever, and you throw them in your cooler. That way, you don't have a cooler full of water at the end of the day, or when you go to eat your food, it's not all soaked and soggy. But those things are a lifesaver. just any kind of stuff like that, you know. So what other tips would you have in there for getting through these long weeks and these long hours? And you know, if you were to talk to, like, say, a student nurse and say, okay, this is what you need to look out for, this is what you should be doing, like, you know, feel free, comment down below. And like I said, I'm definitely open for suggestions. Whatever you guys think you would like to see in these videos, newbies, students, any of the above, even the older nurses that, you know, veterans, come on here, you know, we get tips, tricks, whatever you want. And I appreciate your time. Thanks so much, guys. Stay safe out there. Have a good day.